Hello, everybody. We will get started here very shortly. In about 1 minute here, just waiting for people to filter in. Oh, geez, Magus. Hospital, is everybody okay? Okay, top of the hour. Let's go ahead and get started here. Let's switch over to the game scene here. There it is. No worries at all, Magus. In because of breathing issues. Yeah, I heard that you had some trouble sleeping last night. I hope everything's all right. Okay, so here is our new dude. This is Karin J. He is an Argonian. I haven't decided exactly where he comes from yet, but I don't think he is a Black Marsh Argonian because he is wearing fancy clothes. He is in the middle of Skyrim out here, well, southern border of Skyrim anyway, so he could be coming up from Cyrodiil or something like that, much like our last character did. The setup here is actually very similar to Nagrom in that he spawned with some fancy clothes and a dagger and not really anything else. This guy, however, does not have any magic. And I random rolled from Skyrim Unbound, and this is what they gave me. For whatever reason, he does have kind of a demonic look to him. He has a bit of a red tinge. He's got horns all over his face. But for whatever reason, I just kind of got a happy-go-lucky, kind of naive vibe from this guy. He's very ill-equipped for the dangers of Skyrim. He does have a few potions. He only has a dagger. He has a few septums in his coin purse here, 833. And that's really about it. No magic to speak of. He is running the Tower Stone, which I'm using as sort of a birth stone in this case, or a birth sign. So while he is not really a thief character, he doesn't really have that klepto gene. He does have some klepto tendencies here, especially if that Tower Stone, sends him to a place that he doesn't belong. So he's just trying to, travel from hold to hold, trying to earn his fortune and glory here, make friends on the way, and all that. And so all of this has led me to thinking, you know, with his personality, his lack of equipment and everything, you know what, why not just make this guy a bard? I haven't played a bard in a very long time. Yeah, good luck, Magus. I hope everything's good. I hope I can entertain you a little bit, get your mind off of things a little bit in the meantime. But yeah, don't feel bad at all if, you know, you got to drop out or anything like that. But I hope everything's all right. So yeah, this led me to thinking, what kind of class can this guy do that can get us into some trouble? Because everything that he rolled with from Skyrim Unbound kind of pointed to, you know, non-combat stuff. And I started looking at the class list from Oblivion, which was the last game from BGS that we got that actually had a class system. And Bard kind of just jumped out at me. Oh, hello. Redguard, huh? He looks dangerous. We'll let him go. So the first order of business here is to get to safety, just like it always is in any permadeath where you start in a random location. Hoster, welcome, my friend, and Caladran, welcome as well. Glad to see you show up. Always glad to have you in here. And I had not planned on going this way. Whoa. All right. Strange place this Skyrim is, huh? Gee, I wonder if he's okay. I am not running beyond 60 frames per second for this profile. This is capped at 60. So this is a Havoc issue, but, you know, to make sure that his friend here doesn't see me. Ooh, he had some good stuff. Maybe the helmet there too. And the torch could come in handy too. Alright, she didn't see us looting her friend there. I didn't plan on going this way. I was going to try to head for maybe Helgen and Riverwood, but as I saw that these traveling warriors,
you can take me?
I think Karin J here wanted to take advantage of that protection. And so, sort of like a Jaskier or a Dandelion kind of glommed onto Geralt.
Your end draws near.
So Karin J is doing with any strong people that he finds. Oh boy, okay, now they're shooting at us. This could end up being a very short-lived character here. Whoa, that was really close. Where did our knight friend go? The one that was still alive anyway. And then it looked like there was like a traveling like monk or pilgrim or something as well. Did they kill them already? Okay, no, they're... Okay, there they go. On the other side over there. So the Bard class... Excuse me.
Over here.
Alright, looks like a pilgrim and a bodyguard over there.
You're as good as dead. Death awaits you.
So the Bard class gives us access to a certain number of skills. We have... They're skilled in long blades.
I'll carve you into pieces.
And this is from the Oblivion description here. So we'll be taking swords at some point. At the moment right now, we only have our dagger. Wow.
Love a challenge.
She's just taking it, huh?
Take you. You think I'm afraid of you?
Well, this is entertaining.
Think you can
We'll get a sword at some point. We also have access to the light armor skill, which we will definitely be making use of once we get to a place where we can take some armor.
Easier to rob when you're dead.
You remind Remind me of my cousin's
Or
cat.
Sovngarde!
Kill that too.
I guess maybe she's working on her her heavy armor skill there, so she's just taking it. Wow, that took you guys way too long. That's going to be hard to sing a ballad about that one, I gotta say. She just took arrows to the face over and over. Okay, so Bard class, yes. Oh yeah, no, don't mind me. I forgot to take my allergy medicine yesterday, so I'm a little rough in the throat area, but I'm okay. Healthy as a bowl over here. Whatever that means. Fit as a fiddle. Something wrong with the collision markers? Maybe. It was just that one character, though. Whoa, okay. You know, negligence is what killed my last character, so I gotta try to stay a little more vigilant. Oh boy, you okay? So yeah, back to the Bard class here. We'll have access, the skills that we have access to here are Alchemy, Blade, Block, Illusion, Light Armor, and Speech. We have very few of those capabilities presently. Wow, those rocks are just going to decimate this whole pilgrimage here. But these are the skills that I'm going to restrict myself to. Where did the knight go? Oh, there she is. Nope, that's not her either, is it? That's somebody else. Oh well, we have a new party here to join ranks with. So yeah, the main bard character that I know of that I can take inspiration from is, of course, Dandelion from the Witcher series. And I have played the first two games in the series, but not the third one, and I feel like the third one probably really fleshes out the character of Dandelion more than the first two. But I do know a little bit of his personality and stuff from that, and the Witcher TV show. So I'm probably going to be following the TV show a little bit more than the games or the books, because that's, you know, what I have, you know, the most experience with Jaskier in. Oh, who are you? Are you just another pilgrim? Yeah, alright. So yeah, he's going to find these strong people, glom onto them for protection, until he gets, I guess, strong enough to kind of take care of himself, and even then he's probably going to attach himself to strong people. And he feels like it's his job to tell the stories of these people here. That was really chaotic, so that's probably going to be a hard encounter to try to write into song, but, you know, I feel like Karin J here will definitely try. And this little tactic here of ours has worked. It looks like it has basically gotten us to Falkreath here, safe and sound. I was really worried about this one because I knew that there were a few dangers that Bandit overpass, not least of which I was really hoping that we'd find some random encounters, some random friendly encounters out here on the road. And we actually did. So that was fortuitous. That was quite fortuitous. So that's good. Now that we're here in the relative safety of Falkreath, I think the next order of business is to find, you know, somebody here who can protect us on our travels. I am running a carriage mod that adds carriage stops to the game. So there should be a carriage stop here in Falkreath somewhere that can grant us safe passage elsewhere. Not to the province of elsewhere, of course, but somewhere else other than here. Falkreath, the opportunities that it provides for adventure and storytelling are a little bit more advanced than an unarmored level 1 bard on a permadeath playthrough. So we'll see what the game gives us here. I'm really not sure. I don't have a roadmap or a blueprint in my head right now. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. In this case, I do not. Like I said, we're very restricted on what we can actually survive at this point. So I'm going to be careful. Let's see. I suppose I could take this opportunity of relative safety to talk about mods that I have added since the last character. So Nagrom was my first character, permadeath character that I played using this new Nulvus mod setup here. During the course of that play, I have made note of several mods that I would like to have had in the course of that play, and I have installed most, if not all of them, in between play here. So the mods that I have added since the last series is lock overhaul. I kind of miss having those restrictions. Oh hey, look, that other knight made it. Unique uniques, so just a little bit more visual flair on those unique items. Sewers of Skyrim, which is a stalwart mainstay of thief rogue characters and adds some, nice adventure areas. I don't know as a fancy pants bard here if Karin J is willing to go down into the sewers, but it gives us an option. Hidden hideouts, so places scattered around Skyrim, such as like abandoned shacks and things like that give us places to stay. Thieves' Night on the Town. Now, I really don't know if Karin J here is going to be taking the thieving route here. I don't think so, but maybe. We'll see. And what that does is it just adds dialogue to Vex and Delvin that kind of allow you to take on all the jobs based on a certain area, a certain city or town, and adds thieving targets to like minor cities and stuff like that, and towns. So it's just kind of a quality of life immersion type thing that helps that quest line move on a little bit faster. Also, Black Mage Armor, which is a mainstay in most of my load orders. It's just very versatile in what it offers to a lot of different characters and adds some dark black equipment items that is somehow very absent from the vanilla Skyrim game. And it adds armor types of those black robes for all three armor types: clothing, light armor, and heavy armor. It's one of my favorite equipment mods, and it's really super basic. So there's that. And one gameplay thing that I added was unarmed hotkey. So that allows me to add via the MCM a hotkey for empty hand, either left, right, or both. I will probably add that for the left hand so that I can cast illusion spells with the left hand and then, just click a hotkey to empty that out so I have access to block with my sword. One mod that I tried to add was reasonable movement speed for the faster NPC walk speeds, but I really didn't like what it did to the player character walk speeds, and I didn't feel like fiddling around with the load orders and everything, so I just took it out. In the meantime, I'm just going to deal with slow NPCs, and if I feel like it becomes an issue, then I can just go into SSE Edit or the Creation Kit and just hike up the NPC walk speed, which I've done before in my previous load orders, and that seems to work out just fine. So here we are in Falkreath. Let's go pester some people, huh? Because that's what an annoying bard would do, right? Hey there, friend. What you doing? You chopping wood?
Unless you intend to bury someone, this isn't the place you're looking for, traveler.
Well, that's a hell of a way to start a conversation, isn't it? What's that about burial?
Falkreath is known for its graveyard, traveler. We've buried more dead than you can imagine. I just finished giving my old war companion Barrett a proper burial by fire. Old Hardhead hated the idea of being lost cold in the ground. Could you deliver the ashes to Runil, the priest of Arkay? He'll know the right blessings to make for Barrett's soul.
Of course, I would be honored to do this task for you, good sir.
Thank you.
Being a bard, Karin J here is always on the lookout for inspiration for lyrics to his next ballad or whatever. And calling a burial being lost cold in the ground is a bit poetic. Oh look, a fellow Argonian. Hello. Mercenary Conjurer, huh? For 500 gold, that sounds a little spooky. And I'm not really a fan of dark art, so I'll let you move on there. Kind of eyeballed us on the way out, didn't he? So Karin J being not much of a warrior, at least at this point, I would like to focus a little bit more on the role play, which is kind of at odds with the permadeath archetype here, the permadeath paradigm. With a permadeath, you kind of try to focus on combat and what kind of trouble you can get into that is threatening to life and limb. And we will definitely be doing some of that, but I'm going to be doing a little bit more getting into the head of this character to try to find motivation for how he's going to get himself into trouble.
Was once like us, bound to winding mortality, but he willingly gave up this existence that we might better understand the vagaries of life and death. It is through the ebb and flow of this cosmic tide that we find renewal, and in the end, peace. May the spirit of Lavinia and all those who have left this world and its suffering know the beloved serenity of Aetherius, and may we one day rejoin them in eternity.
Okay, this place is full of inspiration for more tragic type stories and stuff like that, it seems.
Gust is responsible for the cemetery here in Falkreath. I take care of the shrine.
I don't know what she's doing over there. That's an interesting activity. Anyway, I have a delivery from a Mr. Thadgear.
Ah, Barrett's ashes.
Runil looks kind of cool here.
Not many warriors grow to a fine old age. Thank you for bringing this to me.
I like the dark
he
eyes.
gets his rights. Here, for your trouble.
Ooh, 250 gold. That was quite the payday for just bringing an urn from one place to another. So you are a priest of Arkay.
I am. I came into Arkay's light after the Great War. So many died by my hands, my magics. I'm fortunate that Kust and the people of Falkreath have come to accept me as one of their own. Could you do an old elf a favor? I misplaced my journal in a cave I was exploring. I'll pay for its return.
Sure. Tell me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Blessing of Arkay.
There's no way in hell Karin J is going to be able to handle any of this. Bloated Man, now that has Spriggans in it. So we're going to need some major firepower to take that place on, and I don't think Karin J is up to it at this place at this point. So do you attend this graveyard alone?
Oh, merciful Arkay, no. I'm too old and frail, and this graveyard is too large. Kust is my assistant. He helps me tend the headstones and keep our cemetery clean, as befits a place of rest.
Okay. And what do you have for offer, by the way, for maybe a donation?
Take a look.
Hello, William McNee. How are you doing, my friend? How are things in Scotland? She's on a treadmill of some sort. Yeah. Don't know what she's doing over there. She's doing some kind of, Pilates or jazzercise or something over there. Keeping the figure up. So it looks like he is a restoration vendor here. He probably offers some, he might be like a triumvirate vendor. Maybe for the cleric, I'm thinking. I haven't tried the cleric stuff yet from Triumvirate, but I will at some point. Karin J is definitely no cleric,
That journal means
but
a
he
lot
will
to me.
partake in illusion magic here and there, so finding a vendor for that maybe will help. So we do have a quest that we can undertake and maybe use that as story fodder for our bard. Now, the way I'm going to be executing on this bard thing has pretty much everything to do with Ordinator. I'm not running any kind of fancy become a bard mod or anything like that. Beyond this character, I don't see myself playing a bard very often, so I don't really want to invest the time and energy and, plug-in counts and patching and stuff like that for something like that. But Ordinator is more than serviceable for our needs at the moment. Let's see if we can buy ourselves something better than this puny dagger here. Hello.
Oh, hello there. What can I do for you?
Oh, you have
Blades,
a
gauntlets. I can forge anything you need.
delightful accent, don't you? You look a little young to be a blacksmith.
I'm Lord's apprentice, although I've been his for less than a season. Before that, I was with Adriana Venici in Whiterun, and before that, Berend in Solitude.
Oh, these are places this one has never been to. And now I'm taking on a Khajiit Khajiit dialect here, which is not correct. See if I can incorporate that a little better. Why all the different stops?
I'm on a sort of pilgrimage. When I'm finished, my family expects me to return to Cyrodiil and take over the forge. My name's Isabel, by the way. Pleased to
That
meet
would
you.
be Isabel, to be sure. Yes, yes. So you come from a family of blacksmiths, huh?
Not just any family. Ever heard of the Starblood Forge? My family has been the caretaker of it for centuries. It was made not long after the Oblivion Crisis, and next to the old memorial and the hero statue, it's one of the most iconic landmarks in Kvatch. They say it was built atop a well of Daedric blood, and it's in that well that the weapons are cooled. Some even say that the forge itself is haunted, specifically with the soul of one of my ancestors.
That sounds like an amazing story, and it is ours, maybe, to visit that someday. Yeah, see, Karin J is not a Black Marsh Argonian, so I don't think he's going to be having like that heavy Argonian dialect or anything. He's gonna be talking like everybody else from the common tongue, I'm thinking, which makes it easier for me, that's for sure. So this sounds like an amazing story. How did that come about?
Legend has it that when the Daedra invaded, she refused to leave her shop, smithing weapons for the townsfolk until the last man had fallen. That's why only those who share her blood can use the forge, and tradition that the firstborn daughter would be the one to inherit it. That would be me. It's an honor, I suppose.
An honor? That sounds amazing, but you don't sound all that enthused about it.
I know. Some people think it's the pressure, or the burden of carrying on the family name, but the truth is, it's the clients. It's not like the Skyforge here. If I took over the family business, I would be crafting swords for nobles. They would be decorative art pieces, locked away in display cases, or mounted over their beds. I would be an artist more than a blacksmith. There'd be no blood on my blades, no chinks in my armor. That's not what I want. I want to craft weapons for heroes. I want to forge weapons that will slay tyrants, and craft armor that repels dragonfire.
So you have a bit of fire in your heart there, don't you? So it sounds like the story of your past is quite intriguing, but it also sounds like you have stories of your own to tell, of your own adventures.
I aim to. The orcs say that everything you craft carries a piece of your spirit. A blade crafted with hate would be sharper, but heavier than a blade crafted with love. When the day comes that I must return to Kvatch, I won't have to tell my mother of my intentions. I need only forge them.
Hi, Strudel. Welcome aboard. So tell me a little bit more about this forge that's supposedly possessed by your ancestors?
I probably shouldn't have used the word haunted. It's not like that at all. She's more of a guardian spirit. When it comes time for me to inherit the forge, there's a ritual. A test, actually.
Okay, what does this ritual entail?
Like my mother before me, and my grandmother before her, I must craft an object that best represents my ideals and spirit.
Okay, and then what happens if you manage to craft this item?
If the object is deemed worthy, it will earn its place in the Underforge, alongside the blades, shields, and hammers of my ancestors. That's sort of what this pilgrimage is about. I'm here not just to learn from the masters, but to learn about myself. At least, that's what I told my mother. The truth is, I chose Skyrim because of the war, and the chance to forge for true warriors.
You are looking for action, huh? Okay, well,
Alright,
what do you have for sale?
blades, helmets, pretty much anything that suits your needs.
So before we go any quicker here, let's, anybody who doesn't know, Magus is having a little bit of a tough time, right now, so, go send him some warm wishes here. Hoping he's okay, but, having some trouble breathing there, and, really want him to get better. So anybody who's joined recently and didn't see the chat entry there. Hope you don't mind, Magus, but I'll just if there's anybody here that can send you something to brighten your day there, then I would like them to do that. Let's see. We need a sword here, something better than this puny dagger. Let's see. We have a steel sword. This looks a little heavy. And honestly, we might be better off, well, you know, the damage. Okay, this is going to be a little unwieldy, but maybe we can take it more as a potential weapon, a goal to be able to use later on. That would be something, I think. We can get rid of the steel plate helmet that we're never going to use. Let's see what she has in terms of light armor that we can actually use. The shield definitely will come in handy. As a bard, we do have access to block, so why not? Leather bracers, yes, for sure. The studded armor is a little crude looking, especially for a bard. The protection it offers is nice, but I just don't see a bard dressing himself in that. That's going to be a little gross. Ooh, the hide bracers, that's way too expensive for us. Oh, there you go, Magus. Strudel has shaken her finger at you, so you have no choice now but to feel better and move on
Steel's
from
good,
this
but
thing.
loyalty's better. I'm loyal to Dengear first and the Empire second.
Feel fortunate that she's shaking her finger at you and not rolling her eyes at you. That would be way worse.
You looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Still just the steel sword from him. And just the studded armor. You know, at this point, beggars can't be choosers. Alright, well, let's hold on to that. We still have another shop to go look at.
See me at my forge if you need arms or armor.
See? I got an eye roll, and now I'm overcome with feelings of shame. So at least you don't have that. And there may or may not be a certain someone here in Dead Man's Drink. I do have the Lucian mod installed, and I may just grab him. The Strudel stare. Yes, indeed. I may just go, well, not grab him. You know what I mean. Karin J would never.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions.
Yes, what
Well,
do you
man,
have in
unlike
terms
my
of
brother,
fine goods
I've
for
no
a
dislike
traveling
of
bard?
strangers. Met lots of them while I was a Stormcloak.
Well, that's good. The lighting here is like really cool with like the facial expressions and everythth. Solaf looks great. Wait, you're a Stormcloak?
I was once, but not anymore. I was wounded in a skirmish up near Windhelm. This was years ago, mind you. Now maybe I don't pick up a blade in Ulfric's name no more, but I still hold with his ideals. Skyrim is Nordland, and we ought to rule it. We don't need no help from the Empire on that count.
Okay, and this brother who is not kind to strangers, who is he?
His name's Bolin. He's the one who works the lumber mill down by the river. If you meet him, don't expect much in the way of conversation. He ain't one for talking, especially with folk he don't know.
Lumber? I barely even knew her. No? Nothing?
Some may
Alright.
call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Extreme healing, that's nice, right? Nothing really else to sell. I think I'm going to keep the healing potions just in case. Ooh, he's got more swords here. This looks a little more wieldy, but also very basic and not worthy of a bard. Yeah, I guess the steel sword is our best option at this point. We have a little bit of a butter knife here. That might be more our speed, honestly. Okay. Light armor here. Hide armor is a little less crude. Still pretty gross looking. Large wood shield. I don't know. If we have to go for the studded armor, we can.
Steal anything from
Oh,
me.
I forgot
Can
to check
get you
for
something?
spells here.
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Oh, here we go. The Magus Dart. Should we, well, it's destruction. Morbid Obsession. Delve for secrets in the flesh of the dead. Your gruesome haruspicy. That's a hell of a word. Reduces a corpse to bloody shreds, but your max magicka is increased by 60 and you gain 3 magicka per second. This is definitely an Arcanum spell. This is the kind of stuff you get from this. So no illusion stuff. We do have the Magus Shart, which I hope he's not dealing with at the moment, on top of everything else.
Be seeing you, stranger.
Yeah, that I think was all, except for the oak flesh, was all Arcanum stuff. Very complicated spells, which are very interesting, and I do highly recommend it, as does our friend Mr. Bayo, Fish. One of his favorite magic mods as well. Gruesome Obsession? Yes, very much so. Which more or less
Come on in.
describes my life in 2 words there. Gruesome Obsession. Oh, hey, by the way, I did deliver your friend's ashes.
Hello, friend.
Ah, we're making friends. Nah, we're not gonna trouble him for any water. Seems like he's enjoying his lunch break well enough. What time is it, by the way? Yeah, definitely 1 p.m. Lunch break it is. Ooh, there's Lucian. Delacourt. Hello, friend. I hate to interrupt you in the middle of your set there, but are you a bard?
I'm a bard, trained at the Bard's College in Solitude. Wanderers like you should think about applying.
Bard's College in Solitude. Definitely going to go check that out. Hey, can I make a request?
Sure. What can I do for you?
Let's see. There's a local favorite here by the name of Ragnar the Red that I've been hearing about, but haven't actually experienced myself. Can you deliver that for me?
Ah, a fine but bloody tale. I can do that one.
Oh, it sounds like all my European friends here
This
are
is a
eating.
local favorite and
Must be dinner time
one
over
of the
there.
first songs I ever learned. Ragnar the Red. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. And the braggart did swagger and brandish his blade as he told of bold battles and gold he had made. But then he went quiet, did Ragnar the Red, when he met the shield maiden Matilda, who said, Oh, you talk and you lie and you drink all our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and bleed. And so then came clashing and slashing of steel as the brave lass Matilda charged in full of zeal. And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more when his ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Haha. Alright, I have a feeling that Karin J here would be really, really enthralled by that. Well done, well done. I wish there was a way to tip him. Sometimes you can.
Heart to ward off the gloom.
Definitely, definitely. Oh, hello. You are well dressed, aren't you?
I was Jarl once, but I was encouraged to step down when I took sides with the Stormcloaks. It was an imperial plot, I tell you.
Oh. So you were Jarl here once, huh?
Aye, not so long ago. Some will tell you I stepped down on account of my old age. Truth is,
The Bosmer Sinew song?
found out
Yeah.
about all the
We probably will be
imperial
going down
spies
to Bruma if
crawling
we
around Falkreath.
survive that long, I think.
Well-placed bribes, and they bought themselves some friends. Suddenly, the nobles are calling for a new Jarl. And all the while, their pockets are jingling with the sound of imperial satins. They named me Thane. They got my nephew Sitgeir in my place. A real friend to Cyrodiil, that one.
So you say there's a plot against you.
Oh, not against me, against all of Falkreath. Those imperial bastards are spying on every one of us. Last night I saw Laud the blacksmith writing a letter. Probably sending word to Solitude and General Tullius. Are you loyal to Skyrim? Break into Laud's house and get that letter.
Sorry, I just realized that the inn here is really dark on the stream, so just popped on the quick light. Oh, you want me to break into somebody's house? Forget about that.
Milk drinker. Mind what you say.
Yeah, Calandra, I guess
It's all over this town.
in a way, you two are kind of like bards, huh? In real life. Let's see here. Oh, there's the bard. He's taking a rest. Ah, this guy here is also well dressed, and he's got some really bizarre looking eyes there. I feel like something's going on there with my load order.
Excuse me, sir. I don't know.
I'll see if I can fix that off stream.
Have you got a moment to talk?
Actually, it's not too bad in certain lights. There's something really off about his eyes, but they don't look like bugged out or anything. Of course. What's up?
Marvelous. My name is Lucian Flavius. I'm a scientist, philosopher...
There's just something going on with the shadows there. His eyes are fine.
Musician, though I suppose that's more of a hobby. I couldn't help noticing that you seem... how can I put this? Well acquainted with the less savory side of Skyrim?
What? How dare you? I am a bard of no renown, so I guess I can't blame you too much. But yeah, I guess I've seen a thing or two. Mostly on my way here, there was this chaotic battle at a bandit den. Oh, you should have been there. It was glorious. Did you need help with something?
As a matter of fact, I do. I'm here in Skyrim on an expedition, academic mainly. I find the province simply fascinating. The flora, the fauna, the ruins, both Dwemer and Nordic, the architecture, the politics. Trouble is, I'm really not much of a fighter. I know a few spells and can just about swing a sword, but beyond that, I'm pretty useless in combat. Skyrim's no place for a milk drinker like me. Not on my own, anyway. So, I'm looking for someone to travel with.
Oh boy, well, you know, I really want to take Lucian on with us. I have zero experience with Lucian, personally here, in the game. If I'm taking this roleplay thing on, I would have to say, you know, I'm probably not the guy you're looking for here. but I kind of want to... Let's go middle of the road and see how he responds here.
Ah, but I'd have you to protect me. And I imagine I might pick up a thing or two from you before long. Come on, what do you say?
Oh, geez. You know what? Okay, you know, I've warned you. I'm no great warrior. You're probably not going to be very safe with me. And if you're relying on me to protect you, that's completely wrong. So, full disclosure, I'm a wuss. But if you insist, what did you want?
I suppose what I'm asking is, would you awfully mind if I tag along? I will of course compensate you most handsomely for putting up with me.
You know what? We could use the gold, honestly. So, how much are we talking?
Oh, shall we say 300 septims up front? After that, I'll top you up every time we come across something useful to my research. At your discretion, of course. No obligations, save that you take me with you, and assist in keeping me alive wherever possible.
300 gold? It's a little less than my going rate. Lie. But yeah, you know what? Sounds like a deal. For you, I like the cut of your jib. Let's do it.
Oh, splendid. Here's your gold. This is going to be quite the adventure.
I am Karin J, by the way. Okay, I am going to disable NFF for this character.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Lead on.
Lucian has his own things going on that we don't need to be dealing with conflicts between him and NFF. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. We're a little bit thirsty. Let's get some water. Let's get some
Be
food.
mindful. My maid Tikla has been known to pass information to that pompous nephew of mine, Sidgeir.
Sidgeir. I guess he is the new Jarl.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink.
So yeah, what's the word about town, huh?
Here, take a look at this. Here, take a look at this. Been talk of a little boy in Windhelm, name of Aventus Aretino. Get this, he's been trying to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Foolish lad.
You know, children kind of freak me out, human children anyway. Freak me out enough, but ones that are, you know, trying to summon dark assassins, just no.
Have you seen that Shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
That might be interesting to, like, write a song about or something, huh?
People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face. Make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
That's also very interesting. Listen, I'm trying to increase my magic skill here. Anywhere I can learn about magic?
The people of Skyrim don't like magic much. So
Oh,
about the
boy.
only place you're likely to find a teacher is the College of Winterhold.
This is Karin J, Strudel. It's a play on my screen name of sorts. That's a play off of the name Carnegie. So this is the Argonian twist that whenever I played an Argonian character, this is the name that I would use. Not super creative, but you know.
Of course.
And now I had to put an H in the Karin because I didn't want it to look like Karen, because that has a different meaning these days than it did when when I created the character. Let's see. Any work around town?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
You, a bounty, huh? I don't think we're ready for a bounty. All right.
You hear any juicy gossip in town? Be sure to share it with me.
Sure. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Drool. Yeah, I have a stable of names based off of either my real or my screen names for every race. yeah, like Carnaril for for Dunmer and Carnaron for Altmer and things like that. Okay, alchemy shop. I think we're good on potions right now. I don't think we need to go in there. Maybe introduce ourselves. I think at this point, Karin J here is thinking maybe Falkreath isn't the place for him. He is thinking that maybe this place has lots of inspiration for songs and things like that, but more so for like the tragic types songs. Everybody here is obsessed with their cemetery and death. Everyone is obsessed with death, as I've heard somebody say. And Karin J here probably wants to spread joy more than he wants to spread sadness. So, let's see. We're probably going to be thinking about moving on here. Let's go take a look at the missive board and see if there's any deliveries to maybe happier places. And what does Lucian want to do here?
Right? Hit me. Not literally.
I wouldn't hit you. So is there anywhere in particular you want to see?
Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere here in Skyrim, there's a Dwemer ruin called Doomsbethar. I came across a text referring to it in my last few months at the Arcane University. Dwemerus is a fiddly language. Often the same words can have multiple meanings, but I'm fairly sure it translates loosely to bound ghosts. It piqued my curiosity. The use of soul gems in Dwemer automatons is well documented, but no one really knows much about their purpose or function. I thought perhaps this place of bound ghosts might be something to do with that. So I did some more research.
Hi, Gail.
I just can't find the location. My father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition. If he finds anything, he's going to let me know.
Doomsbethar, huh? That sounds, safe. Oh boy. So is that what brought you to Skyrim, or other things? Oh, Gale, before we move on with the dialogue here, this is Karin J. He is an Argonian bard, as probably fairly obvious from the title of the stream here. Just looking for inspiration for his next masterpiece, I suppose. Of course, it's going to be a while because he doesn't even know how to play a lute or carry a tune, so that is his aspiration, anyway.
So many things. The culture, the architecture, but most of all, the enormous Dwemer presence here. The technology the dwarves possessed all those years ago is miles beyond us, even today. The chance to study it in person, I just couldn't resist.
Okay, that's all I need to know for now, I think.
What's next?
Well, let's see here. Yeah, I think we're not ready for a Dwemer ruin, especially one called Doomsbethar. I think that made Karin J here probably wee a little bit in his fine clothing. So let's see if we have something a little more our speed here. Deliver a weapon to Bruma. I don't think we're ready for Bruma either, even though that would be nice. Gather iron ore, gather silver ore, retrieve an heirloom from Moss Mother Cavern. Ugh, this is not much here that we have going on. All right, well, we heard Isabel mention Whiterun and Solitude. There is a Bard's College out in Solitude. Let's start there, shall we? Let's see if we can find some kind of a carriage stop out here, maybe. And we'll head to Solitude, see if we can gain entrance to the Bard's College. So it looks like there is a carriage stop or something just south of here. Let's see if we can discover that. I hope there's a carriage stop here. There's a carriage stop everywhere else. Okay, that's on the main road. So yeah, this is the carriage stop. Excellent, excellent. It's the call, yeah, the Gerald View Inn. Yeah, Strudel, I would love to go to. I mean, roleplay wise, that makes sense. But there are so many bad things on the road from the Pale Pass to Bruma itself that can kill us too easily at this point. Bruma would be great. I think. So being in the southern portion of Skyrim here, I have a feeling that maybe Karin J came from Cyrodiil, maybe came from Bruma, and had some issues being hassled with the guard there. So until he makes a little bit more of a name for himself, his safe passage back to Bruma is going to be an issue for him. So let's try to make a name for ourselves here before we head back to Bruma. And Renaud Eventoned is definitely going to be a rival master bard that we're going to try to take on. Yes, it's definitely even worse through Serpent's Trail. And I was watching Mr. B's stream yesterday, and just the random werewolves on the road that are impossible for even people who are stronger than Karin J here. Lucian carries a tune quite nicely. I wonder if my Argonian vocal cords are even capable of something like that. Something tells me that the anatomy of the Argonian lips and the vocal cords are going to make it really hard for an Argonian bard to make his career through his vocals. So I think it makes sense for...
If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here.
Karin J here. Oh, jeez. The cadence of that guy's speech. I felt like he was done talking like 7 times. For Karin J here, best to earn a living based on his musical prowess other than his vocal prowess. So he's probably going to be taking on like a lute, I think, would make sense. I feel like the his natural claws kind of make for a good finger-picking mechanism. More of like a classical guitar style. Hello, friend.
You're just in time to say hello to Rugbeer.
So I think we'll be pursuing our lute career more so than our vocals here. But if we can accompany Lucian with his singing, that would be something, right? Who's Rogveer?
He's the sorry bastard who's going to be executed. A gate guard who let Ulfric's Stormcloak escape the city after he killed the High King.
Oh man, these are dark days in this province, huh? A town who is completely centered around its cemetery and
Uncle Rogveer? Tell them he didn't do it.
and death, and now
Sorry, you need to go home.
the metropolitan center of Skyrim here is hosting a beheading.
You betrayed us! You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his high king. Best she know now, Advar.
You're all heart, Vivian.
Traitor!
Rogveer, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric
Liar.
challenged Torig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Boo!
On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
Well, that was either the best stage production I've ever seen in my life, or this was an extremely sobering experience.
Some gate guard you were!
Okay, so many people would be... Wow, this tree, I don't remember being here, but I kind of like it. Karin J's experience in Skyrim so far has been really dark, really somber, and I think most people would be very affected by this. Rogvir lost his top and his mop. Strudel. I don't know what's going on with that. It's some kind of a hair mod thing, I think, going on there. Yeah, most people
bad rubbish, I say.
would probably be put in a somber mood, very saddened by their experience so far, if they shared Karin J's sort of experience in Skyrim here. Just a lot of death and sadness and, you know, gore, violence. But I think Karin J is the happy-go-lucky type that he's going to stay steadfast, and he's going to realize that this is his opportunity to spread cheer amongst people who have just been stricken with grief and dark times. So I think that is a very noble goal for this character. Just trying to spread cheer throughout a very non-cheery place. I think it would be great. What do you think, Lucian? Does that sound good to you?
Lucian Flavius, reporting for duty.
Ah, he is on board, it sounds like. Great, great.
Let me know if you need it.
We'll get to your Doomsbethar at some point, but we have more pressing matters here, I think. Not least of which that we need to mess with our equipment here. And we need to find this Bard's College. We have an apothecary here. We have a clothing shop. We have a general trader. Clothing shop we might stop by at some point. In fact, let's see what kind of finery they have on offer right now. But first I want to take a second just to get my equipment in order here. Now, the helmet really doesn't go well with the horns at this point, I don't think. So we'll put that in the favorites menu and we'll equip that for combat. And let me just get my hotkeys set up here. The steel sword, I think, is set correctly already. Yes, that looks good. The shield and unmap that. We need to make sure that this says sword. Oh boy, okay, we got buffering here, huh? Still says I have an excellent connection, but I don't know what's going on here. I see chat disconnected and successfully reconnected. Can you hear my voice? Oh, we're back? Okay, good. I'm still waiting for my buffer to clear here, too. Okay, yeah, and my stream monitor is back on, too. Okay, hopefully that doesn't happen again. I've had nothing but excellent connection this whole time, but then that big buffer. Yesterday at work, I did have just a complete internet outage that cut out VPN and the entire internet for just a couple seconds, and it took a couple minutes for me to get back on it with everything. I hope that doesn't happen again, but if we're just dealing with buffers here, I think we're okay. So it looks like we're back in business. And if we were going to cut out, that would be the place to do it while I'm messing with my hotkeys here, for sure. Let's go ahead and make sure that we have healing set to 3, hide shield set to 2, and our sword set to 1.
For a veteran, it's not much to ask.
Do a quick save here. Alright, and then quick load because I don't want to waste the healing potion. I just want to make sure that that worked. Okay. I don't like the clipping going on with the
Come
with the
in.
leather gauntlets
Shut
and
the
the
door.
fine clothes there, but you know what? We'll deal with it briefly, at least. Hello.
Why, hello. Here to buy? If you have to ask the price, you might be in the wrong store.
Oh, it's one of those places, huh? Okay, none of this dialogue makes sense, but did you say something about the Blue Palace and my current outfit?
You're really going to the Blue Palace? That presents an opportunity. If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Raymond's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit.
Oh, well, this sounds like a dream opportunity here. I get some free duds, and I get to go rub elbows with the nobility here. You know what? I'll do it.
Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raymond.
Yeah, of course. So what's wrong with my outfit? I thought these were pretty nice clothes. In fact, they are pretty much identical to what you're wearing right now.
Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should see what we have available.
All right.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yeah, check this out. I'm wearing the exact same thing. Yeah, boy. Do I have my head tracking working? Yeah, it is. Okay. Hello.
Oh, what delight. Another charming customer.
Well, you look very elfy. What's with the small face and the big hair, by the way? Anyway, I don't think R&J is gonna be that rude, but I definitely would be. Bad day?
It is when my customers waste time chatting and not buying.
All right, I get the point. So what do you have?
Clothes and raiment for the discerning customer.
We're getting a free outfit out of this whole Blue Palace job here, so I'm not gonna look too closely at what they have here. Circlet might be nice, huh? 2% more experience. 10% less damage from enemy attacks the further their health falls. That might be handy, but too rich for our blood overall. The doorbell always sets my dog on edge, so if you hear her barking in the background, please ignore it. Yeah, I think the free duds that we're getting for this job here. Ooh, 5 gold per hour. That sounds nice. Additional magical item. All right.
Finally.
Not much on the whole customer experience there, are they? Hey, don't compare Somerset silk with the Cyrodiilic cotton now. I don't have to compare it. I mean, they are objectively identical.
You know you can afford a septim or two.
Got to meet my son for a bit back soon. We'll leave stream open. Okay, no problem, Gale. Have a good time with your son.
Working in that bar.
The finest fish here. Caught, Jade.
Well, it's getting a bit late. I do want to see this fellow Argonian about his work opportunity there, but we really need to hightail it to, you know what, let's find a private spot here to change out.
Keep the cold at bay.
Noble clothes from Radiant Raiment. A little fancier. Hey, Lucian, look at that. Twins, right?
I've got weapons for Gibbon and armor for Captain.
Nice threads, my friend. Oh, we are going to impress this this Jarl Elisif for sure, aren't we? We are looking suave as AF. Okay, that guy did not sound like an experienced bard. Silk or nothing, huh? Well, in Car and J's case, it would be silk or leather, seeing as how he has a bit of a leathery hide there. If he's wearing nothing, he's wearing leather. Sorry, that might be a little offensive to any other Argonians in the chat there. Oh, hey, look, another person wearing our clothes.
Have you come to visit the Harquin? Well, get in line.
There you go, Strudel. If we can't see Renod, we got the next best thing right here. You know what? I'm done talking about death here. I got a job to do. Okay. Lucian, are you ready? This is the big meeting with the Jarl here. Oh, looks like court is in session. We gotta be quiet.
I swear to you, unnatural magics are coming from that cave. There are strange noises and lights.
He is indeed the same voice actor, Haster.
Then we will immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafengar's people will always be safe under my rule.
Your Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. Dragon Bridge is under Imperial control. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Oh, yes, of course, you were right. Falk, tell Captain Aldous I said to assign a few extra soldiers to Dragonbridge.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. But about the cave?
I will have someone take care of the cave as well, Varnius. You can rest easy. You're dismissed.
Okay. Sounds like there's working needed doing here. Oh yeah. Hopefully there's no problem addressing the Jarl. She has a very casual demeanor based on her the way she sits in her throne there, so I don't think she would mind.
If you have business, please see Falk Firebeard, my steward.
So hello Jarl. What do you think of my outfit?
It's quite fetching, actually.
I thought so.
The craftsmanship is excellent.
Isn't it? It was made by Radiant Raiment.
Oh, really? Well, you can tell them that I will be putting in a request for a few dresses quite soon.
Excellent, excellent. So hey, are you the High Queen of Skyrim?
Not yet, no. Although it is true my husband Torrig was the High King, and I am his widow. Now is not the time to lay claim to such a title. This land is riven by war, and her people suffer for it.
I can tell.
The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim.
Oops.
And like any blight,
hit the stick with my thumb.
Must be purged. Only then will I take my rightful place as High Queen.
Sounds almost storybook, yeah? So what's the story with Wolfskull Cave?
Oh, I thought that matter was handled. I think Falk is taking care of that.
Alright.
Be well. Pray for solitude and my husband.
You know, Lucian, I'm thinking... Haunted caves make for great stories, and it's entirely possible that this guy is just, you know, jumping at nothing. So I'm thinking maybe this Wolfskull Cave thing might be a good way for us to cut our teeth. Build a name for ourselves and maybe get some story fodder. What do you think? Yeah, it doesn't. He looks a little reticent about it, a little hesitant. Which one of you is... You're not Falk. You're not Falk. You might be Falk.
Do you have business with the court?
I am Jarl Elisif, and I'm 10 years old. As she eats her fish sticks and mac and cheese. Let's see here. So, I hear you're looking for some help with Wolfskull.
You mean the Dragon Bridge issue? I'll be honest with you. I was planning to let that go. Varnius is a bit jumpy at the best of times. There have been reports of weird happenings near Wolfskull Cave. Travelers disappearing, odd lights. I suspect wild animals, or perhaps bandits. I don't think it's worth our time with the war going on. But if you want to clear out the cave, I'll make sure you're repaid for your work.
Okay, by the way, why is it called Wolfskull Cave?
The cave has a bad history. Long ago, Potema the Wolf Queen used it for necromantic rituals. That's where it got the name. That was over 500 years ago. Nothing much down there now. But everyone's always convinced the cave is haunted.
Oh boy. Well, now we got goosebumps on our scales, if that's even possible.
Feel free to return to me with questions. The Blue Palace is an open forum.
But the place does have a certain amount of history there, doesn't it? Interesting, interesting. Okay, so you must be the court mage. Do you sell spells?
Be quick. I have little patience for mundane concerns. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and sort by value here. We're going to try to find some low-level illusion spells that, maybe we could use to inspire our comrades. My scales are itchy. Yeah. Maybe more itchy than Goose Pimply. So let's see, Ponder. This is another Arcanum spell. Increases your magic or regeneration by 10% for 40 seconds and grants you one of 3 powerful effects at random. Ponder cannot be recast until this effect wears off. Let's see. I also want to save 500 septums because I know I have Lucian with me, but I also suspect Lucian is going to be quite weak at this stage in his character development as well. So I do want to hire Belrand to help us out with this. And, I honestly don't know if we're going to be able to take on Wolfskull Cave at this level. If we get into too much trouble, I am not above running for my life. So let's see if we can find an illusion spell that will actually help. Chance to fail on targets above level 6. Trying to keep 500 gold in our purse after all is said and done, and maybe enough food for food and board as well. I do like the sound of this 3 powerful effects, and this thing is quite cheap and will help us level up our illusion. Rapturous Trance. Continuously concentrate on a unit to enrapture them, calming them for 60 seconds, regardless of level after channel time. The amount of time required is equal to 25% of the target's level plus 5 seconds. This might actually be helpful. This will allow us to